Welcome to Country Kickback, where you'll hear the latest music from performers you already know and discover new music and artists from around the world. If you have an artist you'd like us to chat with, reach out to the team at countrykickback.com, or you can watch our live videos and more by following us on social media and YouTube. Here is your host, Danny Shaw, with the latest from Country Kickback.
Hi everybody, another day. I know you must be starting to get sick of me by now. How are you, Kaz? You're quick into the room tonight. Thank you for sharing. I saw that. How's everything been? I know I didn't get much of a chance to go through comments last night because they didn't work properly, but I did read them and I will try and get back to everybody as I can. Hi, Stephen. I hope you had a great night last night. I had a great time, so thank you so much. Tonight we've got Riley joining us, but before that, I just wanted to have a quick chat. We've got a competition running at the moment. It is pinned to the top of the Facebook page. So if you want to have a look at that, it's 2 tickets to Casey Barnes at Mathina. If you can get there, or if you know someone that might be able to get there, tag them in it and let them enter. And we will draw it next Thursday at about 6:30. So we've got a bit over a week to enter. Hi, Jonathan. Thank you for joining. We'll also be back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock my time with Felicity Dowd. She'll be joining us and having a chat about her new single as well. So please join us then if you can, and if not, you can always watch the replay. We might welcome Riley into the room. Hi, how are you going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I think everyone's still tuning in. It's a good sign. We've been live so much this week. It's a wonder they're not sick of me yet. Welcome. You haven't been on Country Kickback before, so thank you for joining.
You must be doing something right. That's all right. Thanks for having me.
I know it's been a few days since you released your single, but and we're here to talk about that. But I wanted to touch base a little bit on you and your career. What made you go into music? Why are you going down the country path? And yeah, tell us a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think I never stood a chance doing anything else. I think Mum was a piano teacher and Dad was play guitar when I was younger, and I was just I guess fixated on the whole thing from a very young age. Picked the guitar up when I was 4 or 5, and then that question that everybody asks themselves in high school of what are we studying, what are we going to do after school? It was just, I was already doing a couple little pub gigs here and there when I was 15 or 16. Dad would drive me, and he would be the designated babysitter, which I'm sure he enjoyed. And yeah, then after school, I just was thrown straight into it. Sort of did the rounds doing the jazz and blues thing, studied a little bit in those sorts of fields. And then about 5 years ago, I actually found myself in the country music world, which, to be honest, was probably one of the last places I thought I'd find myself, but I'm so glad that I'm here. So yeah, it's been just a whole lot of finding my feet since then.
Yeah, it's funny. I have a lot of people that say that, they ended up in the country music and they never thought that, but they always tell me it's the first place they really feel at home now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I grew up, my dad had Slim Dusty on all the time, and I really liked that music, but I never saw myself going down the country route because I thought, oh yeah, that's old traditional country. That's probably not my thing. But I listened to a lot of James Taylor and Neil Young. And so when I realized that at the heart of all of that Americana sort of stuff of the 70s was just really great songwriting, and then I found a lot more of it in the country world, I was like, all right, this is probably somewhere I could fit in, I think. Yeah.
So you've obviously been writing songs for quite a while. Tell us a little bit about writing Vacant Lot and how long you've been sitting on this song.
Yeah, this song's actually been there for a couple of years, actually. It was a song that I wrote after a pretty bad breakup, and it was actually a song that got me out of a pretty serious writing drought, actually. I think going through the tumultuary of this relationship that I was in, I wasn't doing a whole lot of expressing my emotions through writing as much as I probably should have. And so then there was a point where it all just came flying out. And that was actually in amidst a pretty empty apartment in the after a breakup sort of situation. So yeah, it came from there, and it sort of just sat there as like a song that the song that helped me get back into writing.
Yes.
But in the last 3 or 4 years, I've just been moving house like nothing else. Like I'm just struggling to find somewhere to actually call home. And it's that song keeps coming back and sort of reminding me that it's an ongoing process of just trying to find somewhere to belong.
And is that why you've chosen now to release this song? I know that you were saying before you've got quite a bit of music sitting there. I guess it must be hard to know which song to release and when.
Yeah, I think I chose this song in particular. I think a lot of people throughout the lockdown, wherever you perhaps, maybe you were in Melbourne, maybe you were elsewhere around the country, but I spent a lot of time, in my bedroom, in my house, with my now partner, with my housemates, and sort of finding that little click that you are going to spend every waking minute with. And it
Yes.
sort of reminded me that perhaps it wasn't the physical structure or the place that you live, but rather the people that you're around, which
Yeah.
makes up, what is the sense of home. So I think I was just reminded a whole lot of that during the last few months, and thought that
Yeah.
this perhaps was the right time to put the song out.
Well, it is. It's great. And have you had a lot of response to the song since you released it?
Yeah, it's been nice. My previous single I released during lockdown, and it was a bit of a risk not knowing how we were going to do it without touring.
Yes.
So it's nice to put this one out with the prospect of being able to actually get out and play to people as well. So um, people have been responding to the song, and people are also excited for me to actually come and play for them as well. So it's been nice.
Yeah. As you were saying earlier, it's great to be back out and seeing people and performing live to people. Tell us, I know the video clip I think is fantastic. I love that. Oh, it's so simple yet it's so great. Tell us about filming that, and where was it your idea to do it the way you did, or?
Yeah, so what we did, there's a vacant piece of land around the corner from my house, and I was running past it every day on my hour of exercise that I was allowed in lockdown. And yeah, it was funny. Like I just had the idea. I seem to have a lot of my ideas for things when I'm running, I think, because maybe there's just so much blood pumping into my head. It's just something's working more than it probably should be. And yeah, so we had the idea of essentially staging a moving house
Yeah.
scenario. And I thought, I've got a song called Vacant Lot. Why don't we make up a makeshift freestanding door and move all of my furniture into a vacant piece of grass? So yeah, it was a bit of fun, and it's a pretty simple idea, and I think we just wanted to have a visual representation of the song rather than trying to make something extravagant. I
It
think
was
this
great. Yeah.
was cool. Yeah, it was good fun anyway.
So simple and so effective. It was fantastic. I thought, yeah, this is great. Very well done. I know that you're sitting there, you're going to play a song for us. Would you like to do that now?
Yeah, sure. I'm happy to do that.
I will give you the room, and
Cool.
I'll come back when you're finished.
I know when you're holding back, when the stars don't align with your zodiac, and I know good because the good's gone bad. Now I know when you're holding back, I know when you're holding out. Something's wrong, but you've buried it down. And I know love
'cause love's gone sour. Now I know when you're holding out, when you're holding out, love. I know nothing of a broken heart. Something's troubling the one I've got. Might be a little too late. I'm a vacant lot. It ain't nothing, but it's all I've got. All that I'll ever have. I know when you're holding on, known it well and I've known too long. Now you've moved out and love's moved on, and I miss the moments where you're holding on. When you're holding on, love, I knew nothing of a broken heart. Something's troubling the one I've got. Might be a little too late. I'm a vacant lot, love. It ain't nothing, but it's all I've got. All that I'll ever have. Are the moments where you're holding on. When you're holding on, love, I knew nothing of a broken man. Something swallowing the one I am. Might be a little too late. I'm a vacant lot now, love. It ain't nothing, but it's all I've got. All that I'll ever have. Are the moments where you're holding on.
That was fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah.
There's lots of comments coming up. I don't know if I told you before, but people can comment and ask questions if they'd like to. And that's
Hey, Kaz.
Kaz is in the room. Jules is in the room. Hi, Jules. Thank you for joining. I was saying to you earlier, one of the really common questions that I get often each week is, when you're writing, do you have a favourite spot? I guess because you're living with a lot of people, is there somewhere specifically that you like to go where it's quiet? Or
yeah, I find that I have, as I said, I have a lot of like ideas for maybe like song concepts when I'm running. But I've found that a lot of my actual fleshing out of songs happens when I'm driving. Like I'll get like little notes and I'll make little voice memos of melodies and stuff. And then when the house is quiet, I'll sit in my room, lock myself away, and actually bash the things into shape. Yeah, I don't know. Like I used to, where I grew up on mum and dad's farm, I had like a little spot in the paddock where I'd sort of sit down in below the barn and try to put things together. But I live in the city now, so I don't have the luxury of wide open spaces. But yeah,
change. That'd be a huge change, actually.
yeah.
That's yeah. I think it's interesting because you get a lot of different people have such different spots that they like to write. So it is a good question that people like to ask. Now I know you've started some of your tour, but you've got quite a few shows coming up. Where are you headed?
Yeah, it's good. Heading up, we played Bacchus Marsh in regional Victoria last weekend, and then we are heading through, regional Vic, New South Wales, Canberra, all the way up to Bundaberg, actually.
Oh, wow.
which is
Okay.
a long way to go. My dad actually messaged me. He's like, I saw the tour poster. I hope you're not going all the way up to Bundaberg for one show. And I was like, if you look at the tour poster, Dad, we're actually doing a few stops. He's
Yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
was going to have to give you a stern talking to. That's a stupid decision. But yeah, so we got quite a few stops up along the way. So yeah, looking forward to getting back out on the road again. It's been way too long.
Oh, 100%. It's great to see people slowly getting back out. And I've noticed, shows are selling out so quickly now because people are just itching to get to them. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's I think when the demand is there and everyone's just been without live music for such a long time, people are just itching to get out there.
Yeah, I think, and I hope it stays that way. It's great. Yeah, so I know that we were talking earlier about music and you've got more things planned for this year. What has 2021 got booked in for you already, music-wise?
Yeah, so as I said earlier, I'm sitting on a full record that I was lucky enough in between lockdowns to get into the studio and start getting things down. So I think the plan for this year is, like, we're obviously playing things, week by week because it's hard to lock things in too far in advance. But I've got a few more singles to put out and put the full record out and hopefully a lot of touring. I think like it's hard to make long-term plans at the minute, but after the year that we just had, I think my short-term goals is just to get out and play as much as I can.
Isn't that great though? At least, if you get out once or twice, it's already better than last year.
Exactly.
Now, merchandise. Have you got any merchandise that people can get?
Yeah. So I've got I'm selling my first EP, Venture in Vain. I've got some t-shirts and some tote bags and all that sort of stuff. That's all on my website. I'm actually doing a big upheaval at the minute and coming up with some new designs. Started the tour on Sunday with Greta Zilla, who is the queen of
merch.
So the merch desk, her side compared to my side was pretty crazy. So I'm it's going to be a whole lot more t-shirt designs and stuff coming very soon.
Cannot wait. So and the best place for people to follow you and find where you're going and where they can see you is it Facebook, Instagram, website?
Yeah, I think Facebook's probably the best bet. I'm on Instagram as well. I'm not great at Instagram, but
I don't get Instagram.
Oh man, the amount of time that you have to spend dedicated to that is like, I could be doing so many other things. But my website's probably the best bet, rileycatherall.com. It's got all the show information and what's been happening, and there's a mailing list as well. And
excellent.
Find out there.
Okay. I guess in a moment when we finish the show, head over to your website, join the mailing list, and make sure you've liked and followed on Facebook. And I'm not really sure what you have to do for Instagram, but just do it. Just do it. Get somebody other than me to show you because is anybody good at Insta? Stephen wants to know.
Fair question.
I think, why can't we just have one thing? Why is it so? Have you started TikTok yet?
No. I have a few friends who have done reasonably well, and they keep telling me, Riley, you've got to do it. I was like, I haven't even mastered the other ones.
I know. I have signed up for an account, a Country Kickback account, and I reckon that's probably as far as it's ever going to go. At least I went that far.
That's right. Kudos.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's been great having you on the show, and it sounds like hopefully we'll get to talk to you again very soon with everything you've got coming. Are you doing any Facebook Lives or anything for people to watch?
Yeah, I think I'm going to set up a couple of things soon, just because, as I said, we booked this tour, and it's because it was such a short notice thing, it's been hard to sort of lock in too many venues at such short notice. So I'm trying to up the presence on Facebook and all the live stream sort of stuff as well, just so people aren't missing out. So
exactly, that is fantastic. Well, thank you so much. I hope you've had a great night. Ray Lee's just popped in and she said to say good luck on the tour.
Thanks, mate.
So thank you very much. I know if you're not sick of us yet, we're back again tomorrow night with another show at 7 o'clock. So if you're free, tune in. And if not, we will see you again next week. We've got a few shows lined up already for next week. It's building up very quickly. Thank you again, Riley. Hopefully we'll see you again very soon.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you later.
Thank you for listening. We hope you've enjoyed today's program. See you next time with the latest with Country Kickback.